You can only be you, babe.
Welcome to another episode of the You Can Only Be You podcast, investing in
Mindset, health, and wealth.
I'm Ucoby, and this is my wife,
Keisha.
Today we're going to talk about movement being medicine. But before we get into that, I'll give you a little bit of background on us. We are an active couple. It's actually how we've grown together thus far, and we continue to grow and challenge ourselves. We find it fun to hit a workout together and just be real active, whether it's hiking, biking, running to the gym. She moves a lot, stretches. Just wanted to give you a little bit of background on myself. I actually started working out because of a coworker of hers. So just to put it out there, the dude is a homosexual. So he seen me. I used to go to her job all the time. He seen me and he was like, "Keisha, that's your man. He's scrawny. He's scrawny." What the? I got so mad.
Inspiration comes from anywhere.
I got so mad that I couldn't beat him up. So I hit the weights really hard. I think I put on like 20 pounds within like a year. But specifically with the movement, I started noticing the benefits of exercising and actively, mentally pushing myself.
Definitely movement is medicine. It's medicine in a lot of ways. Movement is medicine mentally, physically, and emotionally. It really can benefit you in a lot of ways as far as helping you overcome things if you have challenges, physical challenges. I know personally for myself, I have some complications, issues with my knee. They cause me some discomfort, swelling. If I didn't exercise and stretch on a regular basis, there would be a lot of things I would not be able to do. And also it clears my head. It keeps me joyful, keeps me being that happy person. My moods are elevated, my energy levels elevated. I'm able to go out in the world and be positive because I'm able to do something that helps my body recover from life. So definitely movement is medicine.
What you mean recover from life?
Recovering from life meaning it's hard out there. Emotionally hard. You're driving in your car. You go to work. Your phone's ringing. You have all these noises and all these distractions and things that can just take you away from your own head. And when you get a chance to move and exercise, your blood is flowing. Your heart is pumping. Your brain is getting that blood flow, that oxygen. You're able to think more clearly. You're able to breathe more freely. And, it just helps you.
I mean, when I work out, I tend to, right after recovering, I do CrossFit. A lot of people are against it. But in the state of recovery, I'm laying there exhausted. Once that all has passed, all the pain, I feel more energetic. I feel like I've accomplished something. My body feels ready. I'm actively, I'm mentally, cognitively aware, if that makes sense.
Yeah, recover from life and recharge.
Way more sharper to attack the day. I definitely believe if you stop working out or doing any type of movement, you will lose it. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I got stiff. I used to be able to do this."
You rust.
Yeah.
You rest, you rust. I mean, you gotta move. You have to move. If you think of it like this, you take the time to maintenance your car, you take the time to maintenance your house, your body is the same way. You have to move your car to keep it functioning. You have to take care of your house to keep it functioning. Otherwise, it's not going to perform for you. So your body needs the same type of care, if not a lot more. Mm-hmm. If you're feeling sick, what is the recipe? What's the solution? The doctor will say, or anyone will say, get up and move, exercise,
or sweat it out.
Sweat it out. Move. Yeah. If you have any type of surgery and you want to recover, what are they going to say? Move. How many times do you hear people that have been in an injury, accident, been sick, and they've been told, if you hadn't been in such good shape, mm-hmm. that you wouldn't have recovered as well, or you might not even survive. Movement is medicine.
Yeah, definitely. What is your favorite movement?
My favorite movement would be, I like jumping jacks. Skipping. I love skipping. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I would say skipping would be my favorite movement. I like skipping.
My favorite movement
And jumping. Even if it's
My
just a little
favorite
jump.
movement is jumping, particularly box jumps. I love
Okay.
box jumps. Yeah, I love box
Yeah.
jumps. That's number one. That and squatting. Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah. Skipping brings me joy, and jumping. And I mean, I like twirling. I mean, who doesn't like twirling if you're a female? But twirling is a fun movement.
Who don't like looking at twirling if you a male?
I mean, it's fun though. And you know, when you think about movements, they don't always have to be, quote, exercise.
No.
When you think of skipping, twirling, or jumping, I mean, those are movements you think of you do when you have joy or when something gives you excitement or makes you happy.
What's the shit?
So that's why I love those movements.
Cardio drumming. That's movement in a sense. People
And
love
that's movement.
What do they have? They have
Jogging is
it
movement.
What is that called with the flipping? They be twirling in the air. I can't remember. Oh man.
Gymnastics.
Not necessarily gymnastic. Parkour or something.
Oh, parkour, but that's I look at that
Yeah.
as like a gymnastics.
Hey, but that's dope.
I look at it as
dope.
like raw
It's
gymnastics.
still dope.
It's dope. No,
It's
I'm
dope.
saying I think
Yeah.
I say it like it's a raw form
And
of
that's
gymnastics.
movement. That's exercise. I mean,
There's
I can't
tons of
do
things
this.
you can do for movement. I mean, marching is movement.
Oh man,
Be
that's kind of
active.
extreme. Yeah, definitely
Be active.
Be active.
Your body needs you to be
Your
active.
body needs to move. It needs to run. It needs to crawl. It needs to laugh.
It needs maintenance. It needs
It
you
needs
to
to
tune
laugh.
it up
It needs
all the
to
time.
give. Your body needs all these things to be healthy, not just in the sense of
Your mind
actually
needs it too, though,
exercising.
because when you move your body, you have to think, and you have to coordination. You have to think. You have to process. You have to coordinate movement. So movement is medicine for your brain. It helps you stay functional, helps you stay cognitive, helps you stay coordinated, helps you stay balanced.
It's funny you say that because I think before we moved into this house, you had me do some drills with the ladder, and I was off, and it took me like 20 minutes to get into the rhythm. I do it once a week now at the gym around here. It's definitely a skill that if you don't stay on it,
you will lose it. And it's crazy
just remembering
how
to move my coordinate. You know,
Yes, coordinate.
Here. Yeah.
I mean, your body is a machine, and when movement is medicine, there are movements that your body does regularly that, just as a functional human being, your body has to do to stay functional, which is bend and lift. You can't get out of bending and lifting. You have to bend and lift to get in and out of the car, to use the restroom, to get up and down off the floor, to put your shoes on. So that's something that your body, those two movements, bending and lifting, are required. Squatting is a bend and lift. So not only do you have to bend and lift, but you have to push and pull. So push and pulling are also required movements for your body to stay functional and active. So you're always pushing things away or pulling things to you. You open up a door that's pulling. You push a door shut.
Especially when you're
pull
older,
up a bag.
You're doing this when you're older. You're like,
Well, not even that. Just anyone.
yeah.
Anyone uses that movement. It doesn't have to be relevant to an age. It's just relevant to just that person. A lot of people tend to push up. So you bend and lift, you push and pull. Those are 4. You also twist and you turn. So think about when you rotate to grab something, to pick up a remote, when you're in the shower, you're using the restroom, and you have to reach for something. That's your twist and your turn. You also have your single leg movement. So your single leg movement is taking steps, going up and down stairs, just walking, taking a long stride.
I know. I move to get that mental push and to feel good mentally because it makes me feel good everywhere else. But also, I recall when someone said, when you're older, using the bathroom, doing number 2, it becomes like a 1 rep squat. And it gets difficult for people who don't move. So that's another reason I'm moving. Also, I want to be able to beat my son in a sport.
So, hey, whatever motivates you to get you to move. So no matter what you do, how you move, you always want to incorporate those. You want to incorporate your bend, your lift, your twist, your turn, your push, your pull, and your single leg movement. Those are very important. Those movements can be modified to do many of things that you can relate to your everyday life. And listen, when you exercise or when you think about being active and moving, make it relevant to your everyday life. Your activities of everyday living. Make it something that's relevant to what brings you joy. If you take care of your animals.
If you like running, run.
Well, if you take care of your animals and your animals give you joy and they weigh a certain weight, then you're bending and lifting all day. So you need to make, bending and lifting is very important to you.
Right.
Your
and
pull,
when you walk them, you
your push,
have
your single leg
endurance.
movement.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then your heart. That's your battery. So I always like to use this analogy when I'm talking to people and I'm saying, explaining cardio to them. And I say your heart is like your battery. If you had a cell phone and your cell phone, if you charge your cell phone to 100% and then you went to use it and you could only use it for 10 minutes, what would you think? You would think your cell phone was junk.
Right. Yeah.
So imagine if you were fully charged and you're only able to do something
fully charged,
for 10 minutes.
Fully charged is relative. I mean
fully
still,
charged
but
meaning like 90%.
Right.
Anywhere
I tell
from
people all the time, like the heart is the most important muscle. It's an actual muscle.
So
it's the most important
what I'm
muscle.
saying is,
and in a street fight, most people only last in 60 seconds.
So that's my point.
You gotta.
So what I'm saying is, you do cardio to increase your battery's lifespan.
Right.
So if I say I would like to be able to use my heart, my battery to operate me for an hour.
I get you.
That's why you do cardio. Because you know if you went to, like I said, use your cell phone and you can only use it for 10 or 20 minutes, you would not be happy. You would say, I don't want to use the cell phone. The cell phone is not efficient. It's not functioning properly. I got to keep on charging it up. I got to constantly charge it. Well, there you go. So this is why we move. This is why we do cardio, so that we can increase the function of that muscle, that battery, so that we can have a longer charge.
And don't forget to lift. Lift
heavy.
That's function.
Yes.
No,
not heavy, but as heavy as you can. I always say that.
I would say moderately heavy, but just keep
as
moving.
you age, you lose muscle.
You lose muscle.
So that's why you want to build muscle.
You're going to keep
because
moving.
the more muscle you have, you burn more fat.
You can build muscle from
Yes,
reps
you can.
with moderately heavy weight.
Moderately heavy.
It depends on the aesthetic and the situation.
When I say heavy, let me clear this up. I don't mean heavy to where you're straining, heavy to where it makes you break a sweat. To where I would say if you're doing 3 sets or 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps and you don't even feel like you're sweating or challenged, you're not lifting enough weight.
Relative.
Why you think?
I can put 135 on the bar and sweat just from warming up with that.
That's my point though, but what if you're not sweating? That's what I'm saying. So if you sit up here and do a weight, so if you were to do 135 and it didn't even feel like nothing, you didn't sweat, you didn't feel challenged, would you really feel like you were doing something?
No.
Exactly. And how do you think you would, because you've grown?
It depends. We'll cover that. We want to hear what you guys got to say.
You can edit that out.
We want to hear what you guys have to say. Share with us your favorite movements. Keep in mind, movement is medicine.
And how maybe movement has changed your life, how it has maybe saved you, and movement, how it has been relative to you physically, mentally, and emotionally, how it is all tied in together to make you a better person, make you a better you. Because you can only be you, baby. You can only be you, baby.